Hi guys. So if we look at this pan, the first thing that I asked you to do was to figure out how many cookies could fit on the pan. Now, this is kind of open to a little bit of interpretation, but the way I see it, if I were putting cookies on this pan, I'm thinking that I could fit two more along the width here, and I could also fit two more along the length here, which gives me a total of along five cookies along the length and four cookies along the width. And I know that 4 times 5 would give me 20 total cookies. So I'm thinking if the cookies were the size that are shown on this sheet, there would be 20 total cookies that would fit. Now, if we go along with that, if it's 4 times 5 or 4 by 5, I'm saying that there are 5 cookies here by 4 cookies along the width. My first question was, well, what if I double that number? So let's say I double the length here, which would give me 10 cookies along the length, and I double the width, which would give me 8 cookies along the width. Now, since I have a 10 by 8 pan, I would say 10 times 8 is 80 cookies. So we went from being able to fit 20 cookies here to being able to fit 80 cookies. Well, think about it even further. What if I went from my original pan was 5 by 4? What if I took each of these and tripled them? So 5 times 3 is 15. 4 times 3 is 12. This time I have 15 by 12 now. Keep in mind, these cookies are getting significantly smaller. 15 by 12. Easy way to do 15 times 12 is to break 12 down into 10 and 2. 15 times 10 is 150. 15 times 2 is 30. So that would give me 180 cookies. So by tripling it, I went from 20 all the way up to 180. Now, one thing you're going to start to recognize is what I did here was I essentially took my original pan, which was 20 cookies, and since I had multiplied both the length and the width by 2, I essentially multiplied that number by 2 twice, which gave me that 80 cookies. Keep in mind, though, that multiplying by 2 twice is the same thing as multiplying by 4. Now, the same thing happened here. I took that original pan of 20 cookies, but here I multiplied by 3 twice, which gave me that 180 cookies. But multiplying by 3 twice, maybe, multiplying by 3 twice is the same thing as multiplying by 9. So we actually, that pan had 9 times as many cookies as before. Now, that last question, what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to say, how could we show what's going to happen here if I multiply the length and the width by any number? So let's say, for example, instead of multiplying by a specific number, what if I told you that the length and the width were both X times as big as before? How could I show how many cookies are going to be in that pan? So think about what we did before and see if you can make that work by inserting a variable in there. Now, the big thing here is being able to see that when we multiply the length and the width by a specific number, the pan didn't just get 2 times or 3 times bigger, but instead it multiplied by 2 twice, got 4 times bigger. It multiplied by 3 twice, it got 9 times bigger. Think about how we can make that work if the pan is X times as long and X times as wide, some number. See if you can figure that out.